that's the rock where the cave is within it.
Oh, okay.
That's the bedrock which you're looking at there. The cave is within it. Actually, part of the stones here used were cut from the exterior part. So that's why you can see on some of them signs of chisels. So on the top, what we're going to be seeing, cenotaph. You know what that means? It's basically like tombstones. But you know, back in the US, you have a tombstone which is like a vertically standing tombstone. Here, our tombstone is like a casket, fully built up. So over here on the top, we'll be able to see actually monuments, like mausoleums, if we should call it, which are actually standing, marking up the burial place. Not the exact, I mean, like the ones up here, straight down below them, that's where the cave. Like Jacob, it's a bit further out. Okay, because I also, for those of you who are interested, I have a full diagram of the substructure part over here on my iPad. I can pass it later on, so you can have a look at it, show you the corridors, the passages leading all the way down to the two caves which are here. So once we are up on the top, you'll see over there the cenotaphs, which actually will have on it the names of those marking their burial place. Of course, we're going to see the one which is shared between the Muslims and the Jews, Abraham and Sarah, plus of course Leah and Isaac and Rebecca Isaac and Leah over here. Of course, the other part is on the Muslim where we have Jacob and Rebecca. By the way, Jacob and Rebecca. Esau was not buried here. Actually, Esau, it is said to be that his brother came to him and told him, listen, would you want to have an inheritance in the burial place, or would you go on and replace it or swap it with gold and silver? And the tradition says, or the legend says, that he wanted the gold and silver, so Esau was not buried over here, despite the fact that the Muslims, for example, will tell you he was buried here, but he was not. All right? Hats on. Better with hats on. You enter a mosque, you take your shoes off. You go inside the church, you take your hats off. You come into a Jewish synagogue, you cover up your heads, men only. So if anybody wish to, everyone is kipot. So you can borrow over there one. Give me one, George, please. Yep, just you can borrow some of these caps to cover up your heads as we come to go into this building, which is functioning as a synagogue. So coming into the right side, if you have a hat, put your hats on. If you don't have a hat, borrow one of these. Going up, the monuments we have seen, these are signs marking up the burial place. Now, to get you a bit more confused than you are, up there, we've seen Abraham and Sarah, right? But that's over there, two monuments put by the Jews. Historically, in the middle, the part separating the two parts of the mosques today, the Jewish and the Muslim, in the middle, that's where the two original monuments pointing out Abraham and Isaac. Okay? Abraham and Isaac, because that's what it is historically. Here they were added later, just over here when they divided this complex. Now, Jewish side and Muslim. Muslims cannot enter the Jewish side. The Jews cannot enter the Muslim side except 3 or 4 days a year, when the Jews can enter the Muslim side for prayers nearby Isaac and Leah's tomb. But the Muslims cannot enter this complex over here. We, as visitors, the first question was over here, are they Christians? So if you are Christians or Jews, okay, if you're Christians, you can enter this part, and you can enter the other part as well. I mean, if I would like right now to take you from here and go to the Muslim side and enter it over there, not a problem. We can do it like that. Now, up there on the top, we've seen people praying. They had the phylacteries on their forehead. Okay, we'll talk about these phylacteries later on, because I would like to speak about it, if time permits today, at the Negev, to talk all the way about the Mosaic law. And that's when we come all the way to the core of the Mosaic law. You've seen people, of course, with the phylacteries on their forehead, on their arm. We pointed out for you the mezuzah at the post of the door. If you missed it there, look at the frame doors of your rooms at the hotel, at the coming 3 hotels, you'll find them. And they're made of different materials. Could be anything. That's not important what it's made of. What's important is what's within it. The 26 verses. Hear, O Israel, I am your God. You've seen also Jews over there with side hair and beards. Yes? Levites, in the book of Numbers, not a must, as a vow. Okay? As a vow to the Lord, not to shave their beards and not to cut their side hair. Of course, we don't have Levites today, but over here, the priesthood families, they see themselves, I mean, the Orthodox Jews, many of them see themselves as the priesthood families of Israel, and that's why they go on taking that vow. So you can see the kids with the side hair, the curly one, okay, the elder ones with a beard. Okay? But I tell you one thing, Okay, my wife prefers me without one.